Radio.
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
We've heard you. We know you're tired of the reruns. We're coming back, bigger and better, on The Legal Brief. I'm your host, Ramona Farquharson. Stay tuned.
Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now, here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marcellus Hall and LaDon Davis. Live, starting September 16th.
You're going to get more to be thankful for from BTC this November. They're teaming up with What's Trending to give away a $200 Visa gift card and a Bahamas Air voucher. Just email the latest paid receipt from either your BTC postpaid or fiber internet account to saleshq@znsbahamas.com, and you will be entered to be one of the lucky 2 winners whose names will be announced on What's Trending on November 28th, Thanksgiving Day. More to be thankful for from BTC, only on What's Trending.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
The news is brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speed internet, get BTC Fiber. Sign up for a fiber bundle and get a $500 Visa gift card. Visit a retail store to sign up today.
First at 11, weeding out corruption must be a top priority, and there's no better time to do so than now in a bold way. That's from head of the Christian Council amid a scathing U.S. indictment that has reputational implications for the Bahamas. And that U.S. indictment, which alleges a mass guns for weapons transshipment scheme, comes as several police officers are found on the wrong side of the law in other serious criminal matters. Also, Atlantis' president contending that increasing airlift is critical to ensuring the Bahamas remains a competitor as a strong destination. We'll tell you why. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones, and this is the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Welcome to the broadcast. The nation must weed out corruption, so says the president of the Bahamas Christian Council, in light of the recent indictment of members of the police and defense forces and the arrest of 2 in Florida this week. Bishop Delton Fernandez himself, a former police officer, believes there is no better time to make a bold move.
The challenge is we've got to weed out our society and make a fresh start with Christ. In the midst of what's happening, you and I and others know that we are not moving in the right direction. And this is not the Bahamas that we want for our children. It's definitely not the Bahamas we want for ourselves. There has to be a rising up, as the Bible says, of the righteous roots. Obviously, we're talking about Jesus Christ, but we're also talking about this integrity, this move to say as a country we will not be demoralized like this. The challenge with our high officers and these institutions are there are others who have served and they've done it with dignity. They feel the smirch too.
Bishop Fernando went on to call the alleged corruption a cancer that must be cut out before it becomes terminal. When asked how, when police come from among us, here's what he reasoned.
We like it or not, these things that we're calling for commissions, when we're talking about putting together outside agencies to investigate, I'm not really talking about it has to always be foreign, but it also has to have a level of secrecy. It has to have a level of empowerment, and there must not be any curtailing by the powers that be. Let chips fall where they may. The challenge is what we're seeing is this is a cross-border corruption. And so even the gatekeepers are challenged. And so now we really got to look at ourselves, empower a task force. Let's go after it and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, the Organization for Responsible Governance releasing a statement on those recent allegations involving high-ranking police officers being involved in a multinational guns and drugs transshipment operation. Oregon used its call for an independent integrity commission as a vital and sustainable solution for the Bahamas. Such a body, it says, operating independently from government would be instrumental in reducing the incidences and perception of corruption, investigating allegations and holding individuals accountable for their actions. Integrity commissions are fast becoming a standard across the Caribbean. Jamaica, Barbados, the Turks and Caicos, and Trinidad are among the regional nations to have established such entities. Or commended Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernando's announcement of an independent investigation into the allegations of corruption with potential assistance from law enforcement agencies in the United States and United Kingdom, calling it a critical step in ensuring impartiality and thoroughness.
In the face of recent serious allegations of corruption in the Bahamas, the Organization for Responsible Governance certainly joins the community in its concern. However, we think that it's important that we stand fast to our founding principles of anti-corruption and the promotion of integrity. The truth is, corruption is a systemic issue and it will require a systemic response. This means that it's important for our country to consider the integration of an anti-corruption framework that tackles corruption at every level, from government to micro-corruptions among the citizenry. And we are promoting a framework that has a 6-point strategy that looks at prevention, risk management, detection, and response. That's available on our website at orgbahamas.com/anti-corruption. Truthfully, the only way forward is for us to take an integrated approach that allows members of the community, the private sector, and civil society to join government in the fight against corruption and with the promotion of integrity.
Meantime, news of that indictment couldn't have come at a worse time for the 183-year-old Royal Bahamas Police Force. Just recently, a court found several of its officers criminally accountable in police-involved shootings, and have that 4 other officers were formally charged with sexual assault of an 18-year-old girl. And there is still the outstanding case of Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson, who was placed on garden leave after leaked voice notes alleged the senior cop was in talks with gang leader Michael Fox Jr. to have charges against him dropped, with some questioning whether the force's reputation can handle these blows and others holding firm with a resounding no. Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skipping says otherwise.
We've seen situations like this before, and it has been dealt with by every commissioner. Every organization, every institution has a few bad apples. And when those bad apples are exposed, it's important that we discard them immediately. And in this instance, you will see the same thing happening. So we will come back.
C.S. Skipping's comments is in line with those shared in the statement recently by the Commissioner following the Prime Minister's on the indictment. Parliament, the Commissioner at the time noting that while the journey to restore confidence will not be easy, the force will do the necessary work. There are Bahamians in some quarters, though, who wish that work to begin with the Commissioner's resignation.
What I want to encourage the Bahamian people to do for me, whenever there's an allegation, due diligence must be done in every matter. You know, yeah, you want quick action, but you just don't want quick action. You want to make sure that this person is indeed the person responsible and that there's evidence to support that. And so I want them to give the Commissioner time to have the matters investigated properly. And once the matters are investigated properly and we find that those persons are responsible, from the Commissioner came to office, those persons who have actually found themselves on the other side of the law, if you go back and check the records, they've been placed before the courts, and in some instances, they've even been terminated from the organization.
Dunking in their hands instead of donuts, two sisters allegedly stole more than $10,000 from Dunkin' Donuts earlier this year. 32-year-old Dendra Hanna and her younger sister, 28-year-old Bernice Hanna, were arraigned before Magistrate Kendra Kelly, each charged with a count of stealing by reason of employment. Dendra, while working at Dunkin' Donuts between January 1st and February 9th, is accused of stealing more than $5,500, and Bernice, while working at the same location during that same period, is accused of stealing more than $6,600. They were prosecuted by Sergeant Vernon Pyfram. Magistrate Kelly set their bail at $3,500 each. They returned for trial on February 20th, 2025. Still to come, the two factions of the Valley Boys were back in court. Stay with us, we'll tell you the outcome. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Chapter 1 Bookstore at University of the Bahamas believes in the power of words. They have your next great adventure or that affordable textbook you need. You can go anywhere with a good book. To the library, to have coffee in a cafe, to the pool, to a cozy chair at home. And when you finish your book, you can browse for more good books from Chapter 1. Chapter 1 Bookstore, open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., or shop online all day, every day at chapter1books.store.
From sinking last year to rising to the top this year, congratulations to Bach 2, the 2024 Best of the Best champ.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who's fella is smart?
Boy, I don't even think this boat registered. My Lord.
Bingston. Bingston.
Ernestine.
Bingston. Bingston, you daydreaming again?
Guess who I just win Best of the Best?
In what?
In this same boat, Buckto. I gotta go back to Madrid because I just got my award and this pretty young girl is supposed to give you some champagne.
Bingston, you gotta catch yourself.
Man, Ernestine, more to where I gotta get ready for the Best of the Best regatta coming to the Montague Foreshores from December 5th to December 8th. The top sailors from around the man, Ernestine, you want to see me talking?
I'm talking.
With the best delicious local dishes and live performances. And guess what? I can be there shaking a leg.
Shaking what leg?
Ernestine, hush up.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Severe weather systems across North America, coupled with political and social unrest in other areas of the world, impacting visitor arrival to the Bahamas. And according to Atlantis President Audrey Oswell, in order for the Bahamas to remain a competitor as a strong destination, keen focus has to be given to increasing airlift to the country and expanding travel routes.
The northeast of the U.S. always performs well. Southern Florida performs well. With the storms that are going through the Midwest, we've seen a lot of activity there. It's basically dependent on airlift, and airlift has been a challenge for us recently. It's a challenge for us going into next year, and we're working with the Ministry of Tourism to really make sure that we have the airlift that we need to get our guests here.
Oswald says Atlantis is fortunately finishing the year strong and anticipates, barring any unforeseen circumstances, that this performance will hold up well into the first quarter of next year. There was some anxiety in the lead up to the recent U.S. presidential elections, where there had been a measurable decline in guest arrivals, and fears were that the trend would persist. However, Oswald contends that there's been a strong uptick in arrivals since this November's race.
We saw that during the election and prior to the election in the U.S. that there was a lot of distraction and our booking pace had slowed down, but it's returning to normal levels now. We just launched our annual cyber sale. We're seeing a great response to that, and I expect that Q1 of next year will start to return to the levels that we saw in Q1 of 2024.
Voting underway today as the Department of Labor, following a determination poll, deciding who will become the bargaining agent for employees of the gaming board. Corvell Pyfrom has more and how this has turned into a very contentious battle.
Gaming board employees voting today to determine whether they'll continue on with the Bahamas Public Services Union as their bargaining agent or take the path of what airport authority workers did a few weeks back, jumping ship altogether, joining the newly formed Bahamas Public Sector and Health Professionals Union. The latter, led by LaTonya Simonet, claims workers have grown frustrated at the current BPSU leadership. Simonet and her team broke away from the BPSU and started this new union 6 months ago.
This is what we wanted. We want our own to represent us. Only us know what affects us. Only us know what we've been going through.
The two unions gathered at the Department of Labor on Rosetta Street, one of the locations for today's secret poll. Voting also took place on Bimini, Abaco, and Grand Bahama. Polls closed at 5 this afternoon. BPSU President Kimsley Ferguson, meanwhile, seemed confident his team was poised for victory.
We believe that we're going to be successful in this poll this morning.
As for his opponents, claims that members have lost confidence in his leadership team, Ferguson says that's news to him.
Again, we have no knowledge of any issue or concern or any form of being disgruntled over at the gaming board.
But still riding high off the momentum from their recent victory, Simonet's BPS HPU team believes it's only a matter of time before even more of the BPSU's membership joins them.
There's a litany of things that BPSU was unable, to be quite honest with you, to fix or rectify.
And as for whether these two warring factions can see past their differences and one day possibly reunite,
if they can come to the realization that change is here and they want to be a part of that change and they demonstrate it, we welcome them. Other than that, stay abreast.
The word union means one, and the more segmented and divided we become, the less effective we can be.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
A Supreme Court judge today upholding an injunction preventing the Registrar General from removing the world-famous Valley Boys Junkanoo Group from the non-profit organization's register. The Valley Boys indicating in a statement that the status quo remains unchanged and the group will continue to operate as usual. The group says its focus remains on preparation, performances, and preserving the legacy of excellence that defines the Valley Boys. The Valley Boys have split into two factions. Trevor Davis, interim chairman of the faction, registered his group as a non-profit organization, followed by Brian Adderley, leader of the original group. Adderley's group was reportedly asked to drop the Valley Boys name, but this new injunction prevents that move. A holiday treat, Thanksgiving style, for members of the Englishton constituency as the I.L. Cares Foundation hosted residents to a Thanksgiving Day lunch giveaway. The foundation taking over the Englishton Community Park Thursday for the extravaganza that included a host of food. In fact, some 2,000 plates were given out. There was also music, games, and fellowship. Englishton Member of Parliament Glenys Hannah Martin is happy the foundation chose this community this year for its annual act of kindness.
This is really what we would love to see, not just during this season, but just generally that we are more embracing of each other, particularly those who are facing challenging times, that we put them on our radar. But today is a really wonderful day, and it's really expression of love, and it's being appreciated by the community.
Now, yesterday was just the kickoff of what I.L. Cares Brands and Loyalties head Carlo Ramsey says will be a season of giving. Next up, he says, a special treat for the kids to brighten up their Christmases.
This is more than just an event. That's how it might look from on the outside, but this is our way to continue to build our community pillars by giving back within the community. Why not take our strengths and help to lift up the community? And that's what we're about. It's about building within and helping out where we can.
Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus.
Coming up in sports for tonight, the battle for Atlantis headed to a dramatic conclusion. Details of how it's all going to happen just ahead in sports.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
When the McAllister family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the flight? No, you just made it.
they forgot one small thing.
Have yourself
I have a terrible feeling.
Christmas.
Did you lock up?
Yeah. Yourself be light.
Do we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm. What else could we be forgetting?
Our troubles will be ours.
Kevin!
Home Alone.
Police in the northern suburbs are on the lookout for a pair of burglars who are calling themselves the Wet Bandits.
We know that you're in there.
It's Santa Claus and his elf.
Get off my property.
This is my house. I have to defend it. Hey, guys.
Yesterday, he was just a kid. But tonight, he's a home security system.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more?
A family comedy without the family. Home Alone. Are you here all alone?
I'm 8 years old. You think I'd be here alone? I don't think so.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Tech Friday late night edition, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Starting off with some bodybuilding news. Not one, not two, but 3 championships for Jason Johnson. Call him Mr. Shred. Johnson winning his 3rd title in 1 year at a remarkable conclusion and remarkable competition for him as he won the Mr. Chile this past weekend, adding to his long list of accomplishments as it is. Johnson talking about what that accomplishment means to him.
This is the end of the season for me. I'm ending my season with Mr. Chile. First one this year was Mr. Mexico. This November was Chile. And last November is just Colombia and Cali. So officially, I've won 3 championships in 1 year of this season. And it's an amazing experience to be part of that. The Elite Pro and representing the male physique from the Bahamas. A great experience, and thank you all.
Battle for Atlantis coming down to its final day of competition this afternoon at the Imperial Arena. The Oklahoma Sooners, they punched their ticket to the championship game. They took down the Arizona Wildcats in the semifinals last night. That sets up a date with the Louisville Cardinals for the overall championship. Both teams surviving the gauntlet of top-notch competition all week long, but only one will get crowned as Battle for Atlantis champion. We'll give you details on that tomorrow. Now, for some 13 men and women's collegiate basketball teams out of the U.S. participating at the tournament this year, it has quickly grown into one of the most anticipated early season tournaments in college hoops. According to Atlanta's Paradise Island president Audrey Oswald, it is a hit in more ways than one for the resort, helping to end its year on a high note, or in this case, with lots of heads in beds.
Well, happy to say that we're running over 90% occupancy this week. Battle for Atlantis. This is our, 4th annual Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis for women and 13th year for men. It continues to grow year after year. It's hugely successful. We have some great teams and a lot of great activity in the convention center.
And that's it. Your check on sports for this Friday. We have our Friday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
Agriculture plays an important yet underrated role in the economies of Caribbean islands. While not completely self-sustaining, it plays a vital role in enhancing food security. Climate variables such as unpredictable rainfall patterns and excessive heat often cause farmers to face unprecedented challenges.
Where there is the expectation of increased heat, that can affect the development of the crops, of the livestock, as well as for dairy production, we can see a decrease in the dairy production. Heat also plays an effect on human health as well. We would want to ensure that farmers wear protective clothing, make sure that they keep themselves well hydrated, shift the hours, of the exposure outside. That is an option as well that you can look at.
While certain regions may experience prolonged droughts, predictions also raise concerns regarding heavy rainfall, hurricanes, and flooding.
The expected increases in the tropical cyclone activity, those strong winds can have an impact on your crops. That can have an impact on your infrastructure. For the farmers, who would have the crops above ground, for those periods of time, maybe you can plant some root crops, that's an option. So there's several things that the farmer can do, to adapt to our ever-changing climate.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs.
Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the Sunshine Room.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Cash Primary School Boys Club of Excellence program
is a very beneficial program to the boys because when they are here, I have seen some of our most troubled boys turn around.
We selected a school where you can make an impact from an elementary stage. The program is really to give the young men an outlet to do something different.
There are more times that every child is not academic, they are also technical. And this is one of the clubs that helps to push that because education is very important and we need to bring more people in to encourage our children.
We want to show them that this is a life that they can live. They're exposed to men in the community that are all about making young men better. Crime-free
looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royston. Frontal boundary just to the north of the Bahamas, and that's going to push through later on tonight, bringing some increased cloudiness, a few showers along the frontal boundary, and behind that, winds will usher in a slight cool down. And temperatures around the islands this evening, Marshall Bavico already at 76, Grand Toll Key 75, 75 in Freeport, that's in Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands 77, 80 degrees in Alistan, Bimini, 80 also in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 77 degrees, 78 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, and Camp Space on Andros. Also Black Point, Exuma at 78, Alderstown, Cadallen, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown, Exuma, bringing up 79, 81 degrees in Clarencetown, Long Island. And in Crooked Island, Ackland, 78 degrees, Betsy Bay, Maguana, 78, Matthew Tiny, Nagua, 81, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. And satellite pictures are showing the clouds associated with that front to the north approaching the Grand Bahama area, and that will continue to sink towards the southeast, bringing the showers and thunderstorms later on tonight. Behind that, we can expect things to cool down just a bit. Forecast tonight, partly cloudy with a couple of showers along the frontal boundary. Low temperature getting down to 74 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny, quite pleasant, with a high temperature of 81 degrees. And as you can see, those winds swinging out of the northeast. And your extended weather forecast for the next 7 days. Beautiful weather tomorrow behind the front. It backs up a bit, so we'll get some more showers on Sunday and Monday. But thereafter, skies open up once again with an abundance of sunshine in the forecast during the daytime as we go into next week. And those nighttime temperatures, we're going to see some low 60s as we head into the middle part of next week. Royston.
Thank you again, Basil. All Smalls is a local entrepreneur gives back in a big way to hundreds of youngsters. Desmond Saunders has that story tonight.
Over 200 students from Judith B. Thompson Primary in the Centerville community receiving gifts of love thanks to owners of Stylistic Ladies Boutique. The giveaway, part of an ongoing effort to spread love and cheer to scores of youngsters. Boutique owner Cherise Dean says the initiative was weeks in the making, and she's proud she could be a conduit of hope for hundreds this Christmas.
So everybody has a base of water and a drink. And then they have Kraft macaroni and cheese, they have spaghetti, they have cookies, they got pudding, yogurt, they got all sorts of stuff. Fruit snacks, they have Rice Krispie treats, chips, every cookie imagined. It is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I'm from the Centerville constituency, and every year I try to give back to an organization or a group of people in this community. It's kind of rebuilding and keeping the community alive.
Teachers and school principal Katharina Williams distributing the 300 packages to the gleeful students.
I am extremely elated. And what was so great, it was not solicited. She just showed up into our school community asking if she can bless our children. And of course, this is what it's all about. And it came right in line with what we are doing now. We've been blessed with so many corporate sponsors and stakeholders who would have come last school year, even before. And just this week, we had a donor appreciation assembly where we brought the first 12 back, and we gave them thank you gifts and fed them just to say thanks. And so this here continues to show us that when we are appreciative and when we look to see that these people didn't have to come, but they chose us.
I think it's amazing that she came to share with us. I love it.
This means that people actually care about this school very, very much. And I'm very grateful for this because people actually get to eat ice cream and get something for them because they might have not actually have something for them in school or at home. So I'm very, very thankful for these children getting everything they wanted.
A simple act of kindness spreading joy and merriment to hundreds this holiday season. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Thank you, Desmond. Well, that does it for The Bahamas Tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching and have an excellent weekend.